Weeks after its worst floods in history, the waters are beginning to subside in the southern Brazilian city of Porto Alegre. But a far-right social media disinformation campaign against relief efforts by the Lula administration continues. Here our correspondent Brian Mier with the details.
Today marks a month since the start of the worst climate change disaster in the history of southern Brazil, when a freak rainstorm left dozens of towns underwater and caused the worst flood in Porto Alegre's history. And for the last month, far-right actors connected to the Bolsonaro family have been running disinformation campaigns to undermine the federal government's relief efforts.
Então, cada dia é uma fake news nova.
Every day there's new fake news. Now I've seen a campaign they are operating on WhatsApp, using the same techniques as the other disinformation campaigns, telling people to go to the supermarkets to buy everything they can before it disappears. They are clearly trying to create a food shortage. Everything is being done to damage the relief work.
Within hours after the start of the floods, the federal government sent national security forces and the military into the state to join the search and rescue efforts. And within days, there were 13,500 troops on the ground. Instead of rushing in to support the victims, far-right businessmen and politicians pushed a false counter-narrative on social media that federal forces hadn't arrived yet. This was only the start of their actions, which members of the Lula administration classify as sabotage.
President
Lula has taken a series of measures so that Rio Grande do Sul can organize relief for the flood victims, but unfortunately it's all been distorted to create a smokescreen to relieve the culprits of guilt and redirect all of the anger and hatred. Unfortunately, Brazil has a tradition of political agents fostering and organizing hatred so that people have problems understanding what is true and what isn't.
The Justice Ministry has launched an investigation into illegal spreading of disinformation leading to harm of Brazilian citizens. Brian Mier, teleSUR, Porto Alegre.